Hey everyone, welcome to the StrifeHQ tournament. Today we're playing the Europe tournament. And I'm TH Pine, and with me is...
Wilkie.
And we're actually right into the first match.
Yes, oh, absolutely. Right into the first match. I guess we got all 5 people in here, and it is time for Strife. So
Indeed it is.
So Pine, you're gonna have to help me here. I do not know either of these teams. Obviously, I'm from the NA scene. I know a couple of EU teams, so I am going to rely on you heavily today to let me know who most of these players are.
I know some of them. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Okay, we have 7 teams checked in, if I see that correctly.
Yes.
We will cast one game of round 1, which is AR eSports versus Chubby Ducks. Both pretty new teams, I think. And both playing with a lot of ringers right now.
So it's anyone's game, is what you're telling me on this match.
What?
So
Again,
it's anybody's game, is what you're telling me for this match.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, anyone's gonna win this sucker. I like it though. I obviously I like seeing Strife matches where we're not gonna be able to predict the winner very easily.
Yeah.
So I hope we have a pretty balanced match here because it's a lot more fun to cast and for viewers to watch.
Indeed. I agree on that, totally.
So, chances of seeing these new heroes? 100%?
Very likely.
20%, 80%, 150%?
90, I would say.
Well, we're going in games.
I
so
would
we're
say
gonna find out.
90% for all both new heroes on both teams. Oh, and I was fucking wrong.
Wow.
Too bad.
Wow. The
No
other
Featherstone
team,
on AR.
No Featherstone on AR. So I have to get the team names. And we'll do that, and you'll help me with the team names.
Yeah, so we have Chubby Ducks on Team Glory, who have 2 ringers, which are Dashes and Getsu, who are obviously from another team, as you can see on the name. Nuja, Fluffy. I'm not even sure if Fluffy is actually a ringer as well, because he has another clan tag. I don't know him, though. I know Dashes and Carice. They're both pretty decent.
I think I got that right. Chubby Ducks, AR Esports over here. Yep. So just like we seen yesterday's tournament, people are definitely starting to go very interesting starting items.
Yes,
and this is probably the first time I've seen a blood pendant ever picked up.
I wanted to say exactly that.
In a competitive game. And not just that. Oh, let me... this has to be switched to click. Okay. Otherwise, it gets crazy. So, this is probably the first time I've seen a blood pendant picked up in a competitive match. And this is actually a custom blood pendant because it has mana regeneration over the standard health regeneration. So this is going to give him some early mana and health regen. We'll see how well that works out.
Yeah, I'm interested in that as well. And we have, on the other team, AR, the Shank, which is AR Rex, is using a Silver Buckler, which is a pretty good starting item, as far as I'm concerned. It's crafted with the health regen. I think that's the default.
So
no, the default is health, I think.
The default's health. This has health regen, so I'm okay with the Silver Buckler. I don't know if he should have just picked it up right at the well here. I would have much preferred him to kind of scout out the lane composition.
And then take it?
What if he's going to go up against a Claudessa Moxie lane? That buckler is going to mean nothing except against creeps.
Well, he can still sell it, right, for the full price.
Not by the time he sees the other lane composition, I would assume.
I'm not really sure how long the time on that is, but you might be right.
Yeah, you have I don't know the exact time. I don't think it's that long though.
Yeah. So, okay, the other team is AR. I know Marley. He's not AR. He's ringing for them. He's a pretty decent bow, but he's not playing bow right now. Oh, it seems like Getsu disconnected. So we have a paused match right now.
Yep. Sorry for the overlay, guys. We don't see pause dialogues right now. But we are in a pause, which is good because it lets us continue talking about what is going on here. Another thing I would like to point out, this is the first time...
Oh, wait, what's the starting item on... Oh, no, wait, that makes sense. Sorry, I was confused.
On Marley?
Never mind. Go on. Yeah, go on.
Oh, right. Okay,
I just confused myself.
This is actually the first time since in a competitive game since the update I've actually seen a Moxie come bottom.
True.
We did
Yeah, we
not
had no
see
Moxie bottom yesterday.
not one Moxie bottom lane yesterday. And do you think it's going to be a Moxie matchup? I mean, that's what it's looking like it's going to be, would be my guess.
Probably, maybe Vermilion is going bottom, but don't think so.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a Moxie matchup bottom. So that should be pretty boring to see early game.
Well, it will be interesting depending on what Gatsu picks up on the first item. So it will so at least the result will be interesting because if they pick different starting items, we can compare a little bit which one works out better.
What do you think about the number of tortoise pets being picked up here?
So who has a tortoise? Fluffy has one on Ray. Carice has one on Featherstone.
Let's see, other
We have Vermilion and Claudesser on AR have a tortoise. I cannot see Carter's. Oh, no, that's Mystique. The Shank has a tortoise as well. So we have 5 tortoises in total.
Yep, I mean that's kind of a lot after this change. I think a lot of competitive players have kind of been shying away from Tortoise. I mean, look, Tortoise is great if you don't have a lot of pet levels. Early level Tortoise is probably a good pet. It's pretty, the active ability compared to other pets is pretty strong. But once passive abilities kind of come into play, I think there's other pets that start to shine. Bounder is probably a very strong pet. In team lineups, especially if you're going to run this Claudessa Featherstone lane. I'm going to assume it's going to be a Claudessa Featherstone mid. I would much rather see them on a double bounder. Those two heroes don't have a lot of escape or engage into a team fight ability, especially Featherstone. He's very dependent on positioning, so I'd much rather see a bounder over a tortoise on him.
Yeah, we have way less bounders in general than yesterday. Well, that was mainly because Illuminati wasn't running all bounders all the time. I just got the info from Gray that the guys will probably remake the game.
Oh, okay, so we're going to get a
Gets
remake.
need to restart his router, is Carice just whispering me.
Okay. So are we actually getting a remake?
I'm not 100% sure on that right now. I think so. Gray said so, but
yep. So
the players are still in the match, so I'm not really sure. Let's just wait it out.
We will wait it out and see what they want to do. Obviously, if everyone disconnects, we will do as well and get in the remake. But in order for a remake to work, all these players do have to DC, so the game will get deleted, and then they can easily get right back into a new game. Other than that, I mean, the only other starting item that I'm seeing a lot of competitor players pick up is obviously a Clarity Stone. There's a Clarity Stone and a Health Pot. Pretty good starting items. If you have a lot of custom items, you can easily make a good like tier 2, tier 3 item out of a Clarity Stone. And you can get that really, really quickly if you start with that Clarity Stone. And Strife is really mana dependent in the early game, I feel. So having that like real high burst kind of mana regeneration keeps you in lane longer, lets you spam longer.
Yeah, I agree. I just have a fun fact here. Carice just messaged me that he wants to remake the game because his team trolled him into Featherstone instead of Vex, and this would be his second match as Featherstone in total. So we're probably seeing a remake here.
That well, I don't know why he would get trolled into Featherstone, but
especially because I think he's the team captain. So
interesting. Well, let's think about if they really ran Vex over a Featherstone here, it'd be a Vex Ray lane. I guess that can work.
Yeah.
I mean that can work. I don't.
Or maybe
you think? Or well,
Vex Vermilion would work as well. Claudessa Ray sounds pretty nasty to me.
Odessa Ray. Yeah, that can actually be really nasty. I agree with you on that.
Because Ray
that's probably
can
how
follow
they
up
would
with
run
a
it.
stun. Can follow up with a stun on the Dragon's Reach.
Yep, absolutely. Actually,
they have a lot of poke.
It gives them that Dragon's Reach actually can set up a Ray static field very, very well because the range on that Dragon's Reach is so far and it's not the easiest skill shot to dodge. Oh, they're unpausing. What's this? Why is it unpausing?
I don't know why they're unpausing now. And Vex can pretty good babysit Vermilion as well, so I think that would be a good lineup.
So we still have a DC here. I don't know, maybe
Getsu seems to be in though. He's doing stuff and he's taunting.
Oh, so maybe it's just a bug in the overlay here. Maybe. But he has no items yet. I'm assuming he's still DC, would be my guess.
Maybe.
but maybe he's reconnecting right now.
Grease messaged me that we are good though. So
Oh,
there
we're
he picks
good.
up items.
Okay, he did pick up items. He's back. It's just going to be a bug we'll live with here, and we're good to go.
I have actually another interesting bug. If I click on the Fellblade of Mali, no, not the Fellblade. If I click on the Clarity Stone of Ref, I see that it is crafted with the power shard.
Yeah, that's a ghostly. I'm sure we'll get this fixed within the week. But yeah, you know, the overlay basically will always show kind of required items right now, except for boots, I believe.
No, power shard as well.
Power shard's fine. It's just clarity.
It's just a clarity stone, I think, which is bugged. But well, it doesn't matter too much.
I would like to have a clarity stone crafted with a power shard.
That would be pretty insane, wouldn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so game is getting started and mid lane's already underway here, and instead we're going to have a Fetterstone Ray lane versus a Vermilion Claudessa. So I actually give this lane to... I don't know, this is tough. I really like Verm over Fetterstone, to tell you the truth, with a Claudessa. I know people have been running Fetterstone Claudessa a lot. I think Vermilion actually works a little better in this lane composition.
I think so as well.
Because that pullback from Claudessa really sets up a nice cheese shot in a chase. You can get a lot of harass down on an enemy, maybe even get a kill out of it.
I agree. So bottom lane actually is pretty heavy already.
Already, first blood, Marley going in with that Bounder pet under the tower, getting the kill and able to get back out.
And there shines the Fellblade. It's the Fellblade.
That Fellblade, too powerful. And apologize, we missed first blood. Yeah, that was a very interesting chase. I don't know why Getsu is now going to go mid. I understand.
I have no idea what he's doing.
What's going on with that? Maybe they're going to try and do a rotation, or maybe they're just giving up on bottom and going to try and 3-man push mid.
That would be interesting. Now there are 3 people mid. I don't know. They might be trolling.
I don't agree with this at all, because Marley's just going to get a free tower bottom, getting a free farm bottom.
They lose a lot of XP. And Carice is going top now. That makes no sense.
This is not what you want to do on a Moxie. You do not want to just give Moxie a free farm in the early game like this. Oh, it looks like we're going to have Ray go bottom. Oh, the rotations here are very strange. They're going to lose so much experience with this crazy rotation. However, Moxie is kind of pulling back. There's a lot of people missing off the map, and he's probably scared for a gank. And he's just going to try and scout it out. But it does give Ray time to get here and maybe close the gap here. But I think...
Seems like Getsu has a 1.5 second delay.
Oh, interesting.
So I don't know. Maybe we still see a remake.
At this point,
I think they rotated.
Yeah, they should probably get a pause and see if their ping settles down. But they're going to play it out right now. So at this stage, though, Moxie has such an advantage over Ray that this is not a good matchup. Fluffy
did a lot of damage to Fluffy already.
In a lot of trouble. There's no way he's going to hold this back. So let's move on to see how mid lane's stacking up here now with Moxie going mid with a Fetterstone.
Took a lot of damage. Getsu as well now. Doesn't look good for them.
It does not look good. This is not a good lane matchup. A Fetterstone Moxie is not going to do anything against a...
Well, they can push a lot, I guess.
They can push a lot, but what are they going to do when they push? They're probably just going to get ganks.
Yeah, true.
If they push up too far, they're just going to get turned on and they're going to get dead. However, in the top lane, how is this top lane going? Oh, we have a Shank Carter lane, which is... I don't agree with at all.
Really strange. Now, this is really, really low. Really low value in the lane, I think, because Shank is really bad in laning phase, pre-level 6, and Carter is not able to support him at all.
No, there's no support going on. And we can see it already not playing well for them. They're already under their tower, and they're farming under the tower with a Shank Carter is probably not the best place you want to be to try and get your CS on. And this Claudessa Vermilion lane is gonna get a lot of tower damage in if they're not careful.
Probably. Yeah, if you have a Shank in your lane, you normally want to set him up with a Vex or someone else who can protect him very well. Maybe a Tinder.
Maybe,
I think Vex will work a little bit better. So this is a really strange lane combination.
I will
be
say,
interested in their thoughts about that.
I will say once they get to 6, though, they should be able to kill Vermilion.
On 6, this lane gets really strong. That's true, because they both have pretty strong ultimates.
And already they're going to have to just use the slow from Shank and kind of disengage from that fight, because it was almost pretty scary there. But yeah, once they both get to 6, their ults do kind of combo very well together. Carter can set up his ult and allow Shank to get basically a free hook in on anybody as long as his ult hits. So they should be able to get a kill on this Vermilion once they both hit 6.
So
but
Mali has
then,
a big gold advantage in the game right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get the free from bottom.
Oh, this Ray going in is actually going to get a little bit of like, it does get his mine off, so that's good. As long as you can keep a Moxie low on health, he's not as scary, because then Moxie can't really commit to a fight unless he gets his health back
Seems
up.
like Getz is going down mid.
We did miss a kill mid, and that is what I would expect to happen with a Moxie, Fetterstone, this Vermilion, Claudessa. They're just going to have, they have way too much disable.
Going down top as well.
And again, as we expected, the Shank Carter lane, not very effective. I think they're just going to try and hold out until they can get to 6. If they can make it to 6, they can start getting some ganks. They can start getting that Carter or that Shank roaming, and maybe start pushing back some of the other lanes. But until then, their whole team is got to be careful.
Or they just will crush their own lane, because with their ultimates they can do a lot of CC, a lot of displacement.
Yeah,
they did a lot of damage, actually.
They can crush this Vermilion, no problem. The Claudessa is a little tougher to, to
but she cannot protect a Vermilion, well, a little bit with the shield, obviously, but not by much.
Yep, and looks like Marley's getting another kill bottom against this Ray, and at this point he should be able to get this tower way below half with this full creep wave. There's no cannon on here.
A kill in mid lane, 2 kills mid lane, actually. They traded Gatsu for Odin.
That's actually very good for them, because I would not expect anyone in mid lane from Team Valor here to actually take a death. And looks like Claudessa is going to go back in on Fetterstone, but he's just going to have to pull back. And
top lane, Carter got killed. And Shank missed the kill on Vermilion.
There are just so many kills going on in every lane right now. It is hard for us to keep
pretty
the
even,
action. Though. It is pretty even. If we look at the, well, I mean, it's even on kills, but if we look at the stats, obviously AR eSports is pulling ahead just slightly. It's still early game. This can swing in one bad team fight for the other team, though.
Well, I think for the early game, 2,000 gold advantage is noticeable. It's not like really a lot, it's not stompy, but it's a noticeable advantage they have. But we don't have a tower down yet, so this still can change really quickly.
Yeah, I agree. So do you see any items out on any team that look a little odd? Right now, and when I look at everything, items look pretty standard at this point. Oh, Marley is really keeping
we have a healing rod on Getsu.
Oh, actually, that is probably the strangest thing. I would say I haven't seen Healing Rod really picked up since the update. Is this a standard Healing Rod? No, it's a full power Healing Rod. So this will be interesting to see how well this Healing Rod can help this Moxie. I don't know why this Moxie would choose to go a Healing Rod kind of first item over just getting a Cleric's Chalice.
I have a theory for that. We know he has delay and connection problems, and that makes it harder for him to actually hit his ball lightning.
Sure.
Which makes the Cleric Chalice a little bit less useful, but he gets killed again.
He does get killed again, and that's unfortunate. I really wish they would at least give him a pause and see if that ping could settle down, but I think they're just going to play it out, and it's going to really hurt them. Moxie with lag is not an easy hero to play, and he does finish his Cleric Chalice, though, so he has a Healing Rod Cleric Chalice now that he should have a lot of sustain in lane if he can just stop getting kind of disabled against this dual lane. And and Fetterstone here is in a lot of trouble, but looks like Claudessa is going to have to back out.
Oh no, he died.
Oh my god, he does die with the dive from Vermilion, it looks like.
Yeah.
But, Moxie was not able to get back to the mid lane and save him in time. Let's see if he's able to at least kind of push back this lane, but he's got to be careful. He pushes it back too hard, he's just going to get ganked again against that duo. However, we do have Claudessa roaming top here, going to probably try and help out this top lane, which seems to still be struggling. Their GPM is okay, it's not great, it's not the worst, and they are going to go in. Let's see who they chose. Oh, they chose not to go on this Vermilion at first. Oh, they do pull him back, and Vermilion will die, and they do get the Shank ults off, and they will get a double kill. And this should, if Claudessa does stay here top, they should be able to convert this into a tower. But looks like it's not going to happen. Claudessa is just going to come back mid, help support this Vermilion again.
And I think that's a good choice.
Yeah,
Because
that's
Pavilion against Featherstone and Moxie has a hard time holding the lane.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was definitely the right choice, and they did have a cannon coming, so they didn't really need.
By the way, they got the bottom turret, but that was only a question of time.
Yeah, that was just a matter of time before Marley was able to finish off this turret. And let's see if Marley kind of keeps the pressure up bottom, or lets Ray get some farm. Looks like Marley is going to just stay here and keep the pressure up, keep farming, which I think is a good idea. You don't want to get this Ray, let him get any farm, because right now he's farming just over 250. He actually might die here. Another bounder from Moxie. Moxie's going in with the ball, and will get the kill with the Q. And
however, they got to kill top because Featherstone, Carice and Featherstone rotated top and killed Carter again.
Yeah, they do have a 3-man roam top here, and they're going to try and counter push this tower. Not much this Shank can do unless he gets a hook off, but he kind of hooks the wrong hero. I don't think Claudessa is going to die here.
No.
And
oh, wow, close, though.
It was close, very close, but he did heal himself, and it was fine. He's going to pour it out now, but they're going to get a lot of tower damage in, and they might actually drop this tower with a Featherstone Vermilion, unless Shank is able to keep this up. It looks like Claudessa is actually staying for a second. Oh, and they will get Vermilion killed, and Featherstone dying for the tower as well. They do get the tower, but this is going to be a 3-man kill here. There's 4 men roam top here, and let's see if they keep the pressure on.
Odessa died as well.
If
they got the mid turret, though.
To Valdir, which would be my assumption.
Oh yeah,
they got the mid turret well, yes.
In between though, so Mali was pushing mid with Moxie, which means Fluffy gets a little free from in the bottom lane, but this would probably not help him, and Mali is still farming like a beast on 550 GPM, has his Cleric Chalice in the meanwhile, got his Cleric Chalice in the meanwhile, and has a lot of sustain now, and they got Bold here, and it looks good for them. They have almost 10,000 gold advantage now.
Yeah, I mean, there's a huge gold advantage for AR Esports and a pretty big XP advantage. And it was fine for, I think, Marley to roam mid, get that tower, because really all Fluffy can do at this point, he has to just stay bottom and try and get his farm back up, because right now he's not effective in team fights. He can set up a gank right now if he roams, but that's about it. All he has is a Glacial Gem and some jump boots, some spring boots. But if he's not careful, he's going to be gone on by Marley here. However, I think he should be okay. Actually, he sticks around for a second, but he's fine. He uses his spring boots to get away and dodges the Moxie ult there. Claudessa is sticking around. Fluffy will pop a mine here for some vision and should be okay, and Claudessa's probably going to roam back mid. And at the same time, Marley's just going to keep pushing this tower because there's really nothing this Ray can do to stop this Moxie at this point.
Yep, I agree. This is not going good for Ray, especially because Claudessa is coming.
Claudessa is still here, and they want to pinch on this Ray, and Ray's in a lot of trouble. Let's see if he's able to hold it off. I don't think he will. Claudessa is actually going to burn the ult here. Oh, actually, Ray might be fine if Claudessa had Warp Boots. Nope. Oh, nope. The Q will do it. Getsu does come down to try and defend this tower, but he just does not do enough damage to really affect this Claudessa in the bottom lane here. And I think they're still going to just keep on pushing bottom. And
while Getsu chased Manulife, Featherstone tried to gank Mali, but popped his ult, but Mali just threw him a C-step in the face, dropped half his health, and he decided, nope, let's not fight that Moxie on my own, and turned back.
And it looks like AR Esports is going to get a tier 2 tower here. There's really nothing Moxie can do to stop this. He really should just be thinking about falling back at this point. Oh, unless they do have their Claudessa here. Oh, that should have been a great time. Claudessa does ult, goes in on Vermilion, is going to stick around. Ray tries to get a stun off and an ult, but does not actually hit anybody and is going to fall himself. Molly should get the kill. Getsu is in a lot of trouble now himself. They are going to go right back in on him. Oh, and is not able to creep on him. They're just going to finish it, and all 3 will survive.
Actually, the Ray ultimate did hit Modin on Vermilion. He was way back, so it was a really nice snipe, but it did not deal enough damage because Ray doesn't have the items yet.
Yeah, absolutely. Ray has a Glacial Gem with mana regen in it.
That's it.
And that's it. That is not enough power to really snipe someone out with your ult.
He's below 300 GPM, so he's not in a good spot right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that engagement. They're just so far behind. They should not be trying to take like team fights like that right now. They should be just trying to get some space on the map, get some farm up on the heroes that need it, you know, and try and maybe sneak in an objective or two. until they can kind of recover at this stage. Like, taking team fights is a bad idea. At least Ray does use his spring boots, gets out of that Shank ult, and will probably live. But at the same time, Vermilion is just going to fall from the Q from Marley, and Marley's just going to walk away with it.
Yep. Marley is doing very well in this match, and I don't think they can stop him anymore. It's probably too late. He's building into a Grimoire, I would suppose. They're going for Syndara now.
Look at this. This is a bold Syndara attempt really here. Bold. However, the other team is not reacting at all to this. Fluffy might spot it out. He's just going to get the ward. He's actually not going to spot it out. And this is going to be a free Syndara. AR Rev over here is kind of baiting him out, keeping him in place. And this will be a free Syndara, and there's 0 response.
Well, there was one teammate down for Team Chubby Ducks, so it was 5 versus 4. Yeah, but I think they just have the advantage to take this risk. Even if Chubby Ducks are coming in to fight there, they probably can fight them off. I think they have enough advantage to.
Yeah, AR eSports is dominating this game at the moment. If you look at GPMs, they're all farming over 450. Some of them are farming, over 500. And
close to 600 on Moxie.
When we compare to the other team, everyone is under 400 GPM. That is just such a huge gold difference in the game. And if they're probably just going to rotate and get Baldir here.
1200.
Yes, if we look at it's a
Fluffy died in lane again.
Yeah, 13,000 gold lead, 10,000 XP lead. This is a huge advantage they have at this stage in the game, and it's kind of their game to lose at this point. So they have to throw this pretty hard to lose, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see. I would not be surprised if we actually see a generator kill with this monkey push. They're at least going to get this tower, and I feel that they have the team fight to get the generator as well.
I agree on that. That will probably take.
They do need to rotate a little quicker right now, though, because right now it's a 3v4 going on with the monkey, though, and instead it looks like Carter is just falling back. He's not pushing with the monkey, and we're going to have Moxie's going to just stay bottom. Yeah, but Moxie's not going to push a generator on his own, and he does have like a double wave coming. However, I think they're going to lose the monkey here, and they might actually get killed. Oh, it looks like we do have Carter coming in, though. Claudessa is going to barely live on both sides. Ray is going to get out, or possibly not. Looks like Shank is going to rush down Ray here, and actually still gets around. Oh, Monkey is still alive, and it is still 4 up on the other team. Oh my god.
That was a super
Chubby
good
Ducks just got dominated there. I thought they would have done a little better than that, but instead they're going to lose the tower. They're absolutely going to lose a generator, and they're probably going to lose 2 generators here. This actually
they got baited in that fight.
They got baited pretty hard. Carter actually did rotate around and did a very good job at getting his burst off.
He was behind the wall. They couldn't see him, and then he just shot his ultimate. And and in the meantime, Marley is taking the bottom generator. He had a lot of time to do that. So this is 2 generators for AR, and I think this is game.
Oh, they're gonna try and back up, but see if Shank is able to capitalize on Carter's ult here, and I think Claudessa here is just gonna die.
He did stop moving there.
Oh, and I think the team, we have 2 DCs on the other team. I think this is game here. I don't know why we have people falling back. They really should just be finishing this off. Looks like the 3 here will. Yeah, Shank and Vermilion can push an objective very hard, and that is going to be the end of game 1 in round 1.
Yes.
And there we have
AR
it, folks.
is in the second round. I think the other games were played simultaneously.
Yes, they
I'm
should.
not sure if the results are in yet.